reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
I'm your other host, Quincy. I'm alive. It's been a very long week of work, but I am at the end of it, and we'll be able to go back to sleeping in soon. Okay, we might have a problem. It says I hear Q, but not Cliff.
It says default. Okay, now everyone should hear me. Welcome to the TheUglyMugsPodcast. I'm your host, Justin.
And I'm here with our host, Quincy.
Okay.
Take two.
How you doing, Q?
I am alive.
Yeah, me too. God bless it. It said set to defaults, and it showed it had bar, and then as soon as I started up, it didn't. So something's messing. I'll worry about that later. In short, I've been playing Tiny Tina's Wonderlands. I put about 28 hours into it over the last week and a half. I've beat the main game, and now I'm on the DLC. It's fine. It does its job. I don't exactly feel the grease of a single Randy Pitchford, but it's a game that I have completed, added to the roster. Hooray.
I didn't get super far into it, but what I played, I didn't hate.
The builds are much more interesting the further in you go, and when you have I think it's the DLC that involves you getting a second class, and that's when the combinations start getting a little more hectic, but in your favor. Getting level 40 was fun. Fighting level 45 things and just watching them be vaporized was also fun. As said, it just gets a pass. Like, build scripting and all that was kind of fun, but at the end of the day, I only spent 28 hours on it. Hang on, I could just show everybody. Library, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, 27.6 hours in the last 2 weeks. Not bad. It was
certain
fun.
Games on Xbox don't count my hours because I'm a little nervous to look.
And one of those, I know my hours, and I don't really want to talk about it. And I'll be talking about it in a minute. And I'm actually curious if you've seen this thing that I'll be talking about later. But first, Humble Bundle. As mentioned, there is going to be a lot of Los Angeles fire relief funding. And, well, actually, that was cut out. So Humble is going to be supporting Los Angeles fire relief with 4 bundles and a couple that kind of pushed a little bit more toward helping, such as the Hellboy Universe Mega Bundle. It came back for a moment. The Travel and Learn Bundle also came back for a moment. But there are 4 bundles right now that directly impact the LA Fire Relief. A Machine Learning for those who want to become engineers. Invisible Sun, a very interesting weird world style of tabletop role-playing game. A complete Learn to Code in 2025 software bundle that goes for about $2,500. And the one I will be talking about is the Make Your Own Games in Unreal 5. I did a little bit of sculpting in Unreal 5 when I got my little drawing tablet in Blender and began to kind of figure out how to export models into Unreal Engine. It's not as hard as it looks. It really isn't. However, creating a game in it, I don't know about. Luckily, for $25, you can get a $2,000 course through whatever you're wanting to learn in Unreal 5. I can really appreciate that just as a deal. But this helps out the fire relief. So I may just be throwing this just to throw it, and I'll probably learn the cinematography of it because I wish to put models to motion. I wish to do animation. Not something of this level, but, Unreal 5 is a very versatile engine to run in, let alone animate. But if you have a want or a need, it'll help that out, as well as direct relief, which, as the name states, is a direct relief to getting fast and expansively raising awareness in where it needs it most, such as the earthquakes in Nepal, the fires in LA, the hurricanes down in Florida, so on and so on. They have always been the front runners for getting money to those locations.
I am currently out in the California area, and shit got fucked up by that fire.
I still believe that was the reason why we were unable to get this started up last week.
It might be fire sprung up, and I could not get server connection.
Yeah.
At least desktop side, I couldn't. I could get server connection on my phone, but not desktop side.
Cell phone towers? But go and at least support one of the 4 to help out the fire relief. Apparently, this is still going. You said this has been almost
I want to say
2.5 weeks now.
Let's see. Oh, I know that they got certain ones fully
contained.
The word I was looking for, I could not think. Let's see what the current map shows. I need the app for that. Oh, I'm not doing that. Where's stream protection? Here we go. So total emergency responses 48,336. Wildfires 314. I think this is in total. Yeah, there are stuff. I'm looking at the website right now. So there looks to be 5 still going.
LA County fire losses are just surpassed $1.5 billion. Foo boy.
16,255 structures destroyed, 28 fatalities. So the Palisades fire is still going, which was like the big one that started all this and just completely wrecked Malibu.
Yeah.
23,448 acres. The Eaton fire, which was the one that I do believe started when we were having the server issues last week, is still going. That one's at 14,021 acres. You have the Hughes fire, which is further out. That one's at 10,425 acres. And then down by the border, right by the border, you got the border, which is technically 2 fires, at 6,625 acres.
Oh god dang.
Yep. There was a bunch of rain that came through Sunday, and it was supposed to be a good thing because it was like
help.
Couldn't help. Yeah, and then it caused a mudslide.
Oh, well, thanks for nothing.
Oh, so, Oregon did send their firefighters back to Oregon because the rain was coming in. So
yeah, at least they got the fire portion of it. I hope, or is this the one that's still burning? Hard to know.
It's the one still burning, but they've gotten a lot more of it taken care of.
Yeah, Jesus. Well, back over to the rest of it. Marvel Rivals has, as said, been on my play period, and I gotta say, it's revitalized my somewhat like for competitive 6v6s, and they are pushing new skins like every other week. They're showing new stuff every other week. The one of the high devs that's doing all the character control says 1 month and a half. That's all you have to wait per character release. We may even do 2 at a time, such as what they did with Sue Storm and Mr. Fantastic. These guys over at NetEase know how to both make a very interesting story because they just very recently launched the Marvel Rivals comic book into physical, not just the digital that it's been in. And they are pushing just really good skins, such as the Lunar New Year Spring Festival event that just dropped a week ago, which has you playing kind of a football, soccer-ish kind of game with 3 of the characters, Iron Fist, Black Widow, and Star-Lord. And you run around throwing a ball into a hoop, and it's fine. It does its job, but you can earn free skins through it. You get the Star-Lord skin through it, and a whole bunch of icons and other things. I really appreciate this is a free event. You don't have to pay a single thing, and you get a premium skin for it for just participating. That's all.
It's not even like a
Battle Pass?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
There you go.
Oh, the Battle Pass? Nah, it's not Battle Pass. It's just you go in, just as long as you play, I think, two to three, because you have to do missions, and as soon as you're done with the missions, you get this skin. Just simple. And I gotta say, it really puts a lot of hair on Star-Lord. But the skins do very odd things for their hair or stylings in general. I really do enjoy everything that NetEase has done for this, and they've even done a few bug fixes, console readjusting. They've come out and spoke a little bit about being on console but attaching a keyboard and mouse to it. Apparently, that's a no-no. I don't really want to get into that too much, but in short, they are banning people for doing that. Because if you have, what is it called? Crossplay off, and you're only playing with console, but you're on a keyboard and mouse, it's the unfair advantage type thing. And I'm like, people are playing their consoles the way they know how to play. Accessibility, I don't know. Not my cut to worry about what ranked players are doing in this game. Apparently, there's now a ranked league where you can earn $15,000 for first prize. So if you have a team that's wanting to get all built up, go and get built up on it. Ba-doop.
I mean, that's very nice.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of very nice, remember when I said I was going to talk about LA Fire Relief? Guess what? Over on Call of Duty, they have a really nice tracer pack that looks a little wibbly and warbly. But in purchasing this bundle that has all the wibbly and warblies, they are already donating $1 million combined to the Los Angeles Fire Department and Direct Relief, the charity I talked about 10 minutes ago. Starting today, we are also releasing a LA Fire Relief pack. 100% of the proceeds will go to it, and also just every one of the connection. As a company with roots deeply tied to the LA area, our hearts go out to our friends, colleagues, and residents impacted by the devastating fires. This is the fourth thing that Activision has done to help out a situation. As much as people bully Activision for making odd financial decisions, I will stand beside Activision as a AAA company that at least knows how to do it.
One thing I feel like you keep forgetting is Activision is no longer the same company.
You're correct, but even before they were bought out and pushed and pulled in all the different directions, when they were bought out by Blizzard. When they were bought out by Blizzard, they still had the Australian relief when the Australian fires were going. And as said, I stand behind Activision 100% for at least doing something. Doing the best of their ability to do something for that. I have a hunch that Activision's going to be with us for probably the long foreseeable future. Plus, Tony Hawk says he wants to go back to Activision and bring back Neversoft for a Tony Hawk game. I'm like, you bring back an arcade style Tony Hawk game, you'll get people buying it. Doesn't have to look pretty. But go over to Call of Duty. Oh, would you look at that? More Call of Duty stuff. So about a month and some change back, we talked about Season 1 and how that was going to be. Well, Season 2 dropped yesterday, and there is too much to go over, so I'm just going to hit some very soft highlights. The Tomb, the new Zombies map, is going to be releasing soon? Nope, dropped yesterday. Well, in short, I might be hopping into that. They dropped a new wonder weapon along with it, the Staff of Ice. And it apparently has some extra stuff that you can do to get the quest reward or the reskin, along with different killing modes. Unsure of the additional stuff that comes from that. Let's see here. Warzone updates. Cool, thanks. You're making it a lot more easier to land for those who are doing Rebirth. Nice stuff. New perks for the Warzone. New perks for the regular multiplayer. Some quality of life stuff to make you easier for you to go for the camo you're going for. Easier tracking. New weapons. New score streaks. New wild card. Which is a bit weird. Eliminating an enemy marks the next closest enemy. A little broken. Just overall, a lot of more new content, including. I didn't bring up the picture. I'm an idiot. Well, down here in the bottom right corner, I don't know if you can see it, but that there looks like a one Arnold Schwarzenegger, and to his right,
Yeah, Terminator.
yeah, just dropped yesterday. And I gotta say, it looks really good. I don't know if the voice is in or anything like that. I had the thing and I was gonna read through it, but having just the skin and the gun alone already made me go, I might just buy that one too. Like I was dabbing a little bit of sweat on the top of my forehead. And as Sock says in the chat about the perk I was just talking about, it's not broken if you can't kill the next enemy you reveal. That is true. But Treyarch and Raven once again working side by side and making just a full page of content. Holy cow! But go check out their blog if you want all of it. Yeah, but dude. I know one listener is going to really enjoy this. Hello Kitty and friends decided to pop into Minecraft with a nice little farm simulator where you can build alongside all of Hello Kitty and her friends. Now, the reason why I talk about this is because this is one of the top 5 most selling on the marketplace right now. I knew Hello Kitty was big, but I didn't know that big.
Pretty fucking huge, dude.
But in short, it adds a whole lot of new recoloring for certain blocks and allows you to build a little bit more structured farms on this really nice map that someone put together. They retextured cows. They retextured small new jungle gyms that you can kind of hang out on. It's a bit of a full overhaul that they added. But if you enjoy it, 1500 gold. I don't know what the Minecraft gold what does it go by? Oh, I'm not going to go through all that. But in short, it's available. It was dropped on the 21st of this month, and I was going to talk about it last week. Yeah, but I don't want to talk about that. A game trailer dropped last week, and it drove me insane from how very messy it was. All Will Fall, a tower building survival up, takes the idea of Frostpunk and says, we're going to surround it by the ocean. Not a big fan of that, but at the same time, I
don't like that.
No, we don't like that. But Frostpunk definitely had its course of being very claustrophobic. Well, this one gives you the availability of, oh god. But I do like its physics engine and the fact that you can just build monstrosities of creation and try not to sink. It seems to have the same rolling event, and you can keel haul. Interesting. Okay, well, if you're available to keel haul, that's
very interesting.
Yeah. So I guess there's mutinies that you can have. So it is very Frostpunk. Oh god. And everything, as the title says, will fall. But dude. The game that dropped back, I believe, today? No, yesterday. On Game Pass. I just downloaded it and I'm gonna check it out. Called Eternal Strands. This one dropped on Game Pass, and I said, having the availability to mix up powers, being able to take down a dragon with certain things. This popped up on TikTok, and I was like, I like its designs. I love its designs. You could throw people around just for the sheer heck of it. It's very Fable. And I said, you know what? I'll take a look at it. So this is going to be my next venture into single player games. I just I just hope it handles well. It doesn't look like it handles well with a lot on screen. But we'll see. What do you think, Q? You gonna hop into this one?
I mean, it looks kind of interesting. I have been looking for another single player, so I might give it a chance. I have found lately that
Oh,
lasting in games as long as I would like.
that's fair. Also, a new announcement that I didn't notice from this launch trailer. There's a PC demo that's available right now. Huh. I might actually grab this on Steam instead. I'm actually going to do that right now. Hee hee hee. Bop. $40. Not bad. No, no, no. Quiet. Quiet. Cool. We'll just add the demo for right now. Yeah, to mute. Okay. But I mean, heck, if you got yourself a little bit of time and a pretty okay PC, grab it, I would say. Take a peek. Only $40. All right, time for another bit of bad news. I was very excited for the next in line for Celeste. Extremely OK Games' last major game that I enjoyed. And I was like, okay, I'll keep an ear out. As time went on, I haven't heard a dang thing. And the game was called Earthblade. I'm like, okay, cool. A year pulled around, a year pulled around. And this was maybe a year after Celeste dropped that they talked about this game. And in short, over on their blog, they say, well, we're canceling it. Nobody's really working on it, but everybody has their own projects that they're working on, or we're going to shift our attention to a new, better project. A bit of a bummer. Nobody's really in the mood for this kind of game anyways. It was going to be a fun Metroidvania, but with a little bit more of a bubbly art style, and I kind of wanted that. But alas, everyone's kind of shook away. There is another game that one of the devs is working on called Neverway, and I kind of like its design, but I'm not here for this. I'm not here for this game. Bit of a bummer, but if you happen to want to look up Neverway, it's fine. It's an open source, um, full built engined game, which is very rare to see in this day and age. But
So why aren't you for the new one?
they canceled. They canceled it. They are done.
No. You said the other thing that they're working on. You're not.
Oh, it's just they don't even know what it is. They say, we still, of course, hope to collaborate with the rest of the group again in the future. Scaling the core team up post Celeste has ultimately been a failure, and that's okay. We've given it all we've got, and life goes on. We are happy to return to our roots and reclaim some joy in our creative process and see where that takes us. So, in short, I have no idea what they're even pulling out right now. I'm a little butt mad, but that's fine. You guys are ultimately the ones that decide what's being made. It's just a bummer that you guys only have 5 games? 2 games that have come out. And then Earthblade was supposed to be the third. There's a classic? Interesting. You can play it in browser. If you like Celeste, I might save that one. Pinboard. Pinboards are super neat on Opera GX. If you don't use Opera GX, I recommend it very wholeheartedly.
I have no idea what that is.
It's just a new browser that uses Chromium. All right, ready to be disappointed again? Because I think you might be kind of excited for this. Destiny is having another collaboration, this time with Star Wars. Now, the Titans get, of course,
very Star Wars.
they are one for one. The Stormtrooper, the Imperial Guard, and I forget the smoky one on the left. But even still,
I'm not sure.
They look really good. And you can buy the ship, you can buy the Death Star shell for your Ghost. They put a lot of time and effort to make it kind of lore accurate, somewhat good. Oh, I might get the Titan drip. I don't want to though. That's Death Trooper. That's it. Very good. Very good. Thank you. Yeah, Death Trooper. I don't think it's worth the $20, but a bit of a bummer that I'm gonna be dropping probably $20 for it.
$20 is a little high.
Yeah. And it's going to be dropping on the first day of the new season, Heresy, which is February the 4th at that update day. Also, as Sock says in chat, they gave the Titans Stormtroopers because they can't aim, and you are correct. I don't need to aim this fist. But Bungie is disappointing me, but then they do something like this, and I'm like, you guys are assholes. I'm like, just make your game fun again. Honestly,
Regularly try to claim you don't like Star Wars.
You know, it's a 50-50 because Visions was really fucking cool. But do. So, literally the day after what we would have had last week, rolled over to this week, thankfully, as the Xbox Developer Direct 2025 dropped 4 very strong notices. One for South of Midnight, the Souls-like game that was set in the Bayou, which I thoroughly 100% am here for. That style, that music, the frame rate, everything of that was gold. It gave us a very hidden look at a game that I wasn't even expecting, Ninja Gaiden 4. And then they said, oh yeah, also, we remade Ninja Gaiden 2, Ninja Gaiden Black 2, and also threw that shit on Game Pass that same day. So you are able to play Ninja Gaiden Black 2 right now on Xbox Game Pass. And I said, okay, shit, you just... I felt very... Like, I was watching the stream live, and I was just like, Jesus Christ, and we haven't even hit the Doom thing that I know is going to be later on. 11 minutes of Doom the Dark Ages gameplay and just explanatory stuff. It feels a little AI wrote the script, but at the same time I was like, that's not what I'm here for. So they basically say in Doom 2016 you were, run and gun. In Doom Eternal you're jump and shoot, and in this one you are stand and fight. Everything is a little bit more, you have a shield now, you can use that shield to parry, you can use it as an actual chainsaw, throw it around like Cap's shield. It's so fucking cool. And I said, you guys are returning back to form. You guys are giving us like 50 things to kill. Thank you, Id. Also, Cacodemons look...
What the previous game?
Nah. Eternal didn't really raise that many bars. I played it on Ultraviolence and beat it in a night, and I was like, cool. This looks like it's gonna take a while to beat.
Shit.
Oh, you don't think I got that in me?
I'm not saying you can't beat it that way. I'm calling bull on a single night.
It probably could have taken me a single night because it wasn't that bad. Like I did like 7 areas in a good span of time. I think I could. I'll mess with that later. I'll try it again with the over bloody mods. But having a gun that takes skulls, turns it into shrapnel, and just throws that shrapnel in front of you, I'm okay with that kind of gun. They seem to have redone the plasma rifle a little bit. It looks just like the old school Doom 2 plasma rifle. The auto-loading shotgun, the double barrel that you freaking twist around your hand. I said, give me this. This looks like fun. You can also pin shit to walls. But they also made it kind of bullet helly.
Cool.
And I said, okay, holy shit. What else do we have to talk about? Well, the Ninja Gaiden 4 was one of the first ones, and then a little bit later on, they talked about the South of Midnight, as mentioned, and showed a lot more of the art stylings of it. And I said, ooh, okay. I was getting down with it. They talked about the upgrading system. Like, they were talking about all of it. And then Expedition 33. I was kind of already on board with it, but with the showcase, I said, I'll take a listen. So I popped in a headphone and I was listening and doing something else. I could not look away from the screen. I thought this was just going to be a turn-based adventure that was going to fall flat. But hearing the developer give a little bit more passion than hell the id guys, I said, you know what? I'll give this one a shot. I haven't been in turn-based for a while, and this art style definitely looks kind of good for a turn-based adventure. Hell, just for any kind of adventure game, really. The upgrade system definitely was a lot to absorb when I glanced at it. The character selecting screen was a bit yeah, look at all that. You see all that? You tell me what any of those are. Yeah, as Sock said in chat.
They're options.
They're options. A lot of fucking options. God, I feel like I'm playing 3.5 again. But the developer direct, honestly, huge thumbs up. Having 52 minutes of just 4 games that are continuously talked about and somewhat passionately kind of told to us, explained to us. And bam, Microsoft gets a huge thumbs up for letting their devs do this, especially id. Did you catch this at all or nah?
Been working sun up to sundown every day and then coming home and doing paperwork till I fall asleep.
Oh. Well, I'm glad I'm catching you up then. Oh.
I saw you sent the trailer for Doom and I was like, I can't.
Yeah, I get you, man.
You're gonna take time to read it.
Yeah.
Or not read it, watch it.
Well, hopefully you do, because there's some really kick-ass guns in there. But do. Pokemon Zaza, as I like to call it, or Pokemon ZA with a dash, has had a few leaks with the Nintendo Switch 2 announcement that happened earlier this month. The Nintendo Switch 2 has now an OLED screen, 1080p, a boost in its Snapdragon processor. It gets, all across the board, it is better. It also has confirmed that you can play all of your old Switch games with it. It even confirmed that it is going to be magnet-based, so you just magnetically attach the Joy-Cons, and it will charge in the same way.
That kind of concerns me because the little piece that sticks out that it touches, I'm worried about that.
So they ran a 5,000 clicks test as they were engineering it, and they have developed a small piece of plastic that kind of goes over the very top that the magnet still latches onto, and it just clicks on, and it hugs tight. You have to press a button to release them. So I'm like, okay, I guess that is cool. So it makes sure that the ports sync and they hold and they lock, and it will tell you if it's charging. And we're now in a day and age where I have my phone over on my left on a wireless charger. I just slap that shit on, tells me it's charging. We're good. I'm not surprised that we're now in a day and age where everything else can wirelessly charge. Doesn't need to be locked into something. And that raises up
or
that
kind of worry about like dropping it and that little piece getting damaged.
That is also true. The other thing that these Joy-Cons have is magnetic draws, so they're not going to get stick drift for the most part at all. Now, there are things that can cause magnets to shift very slightly and cause problems, but it's actually not that bad to open up a Joy-Con and attempt to fix it. It's just with a non-magnetic draw that the old ones have. They're just prone to do that. Bit of a bummer, but
I was playing on my girlfriend's Switch, and she's got really bad stick drift.
mine does too. It's the only reason why I don't play it. Like, it's definitely pulled me away from playing my Switch.
Is there any option outside of buying new Joy-Cons or buying the new console when it comes out to fix that?
You have to open them up and you have to clean them. That's what I did, and it helped for a couple weeks, and then I was playing Animal Crossing, and I just couldn't go left at all, unless I was like
Start playing Breath of the Wild and trying to shoot the bow is damn near impossible with its stick drift.
I mean, I'm probably just gonna get a Pro controller when they go on sale again for whatever the fuck Amazon's thinking of doing another sale. Like, they're only gonna be like $20. So I'm not too worried about it. Plus, with the new Joy-Cons, there's actually a Pro controller that has a battery built into it that when you plug them in, it'll charge up your Joy-Cons as well. Just in case that's the only controller you use. So I'm like, okay, you have something that is going to be Pro controller strength with a battery in there. Not a very big one. I think it's like only 1800 milliamp hours. So it'll last maybe a good 4 or 5 hour extras. Not bad though. You know, click those some bitches in there and you're good for 10 hours of unrestricted play. Bout. So Pokemon's Legends and fucking the Switch 2 OLED. Cool. I can't be that mad at it. Like, they're going to make their money. The only thing I'm honestly a little agitated about is the one who released the leak was Amazon. And I was a little confused by why Amazon was allowed to even talk about it. I don't know. It's a bit of an odd one also. But Nintendo immediately...
The leak, or was it an actual release and everyone called it a leak?
Well, it got deleted. That's the only reason why it's like, well, wait, why did you tell us this date?
I honestly, it's a little conspiracy theorist at this point, but I feel like companies do this on purpose.
You think so?
We showed something. Oh, we're not supposed to show that. Take it away. So then it spreads like wildfire without them having to pay for ads.
Also, thank you, comicbook.com. We're getting fucking Skies of Arcadia again? Oh, don't tease me like this. Look, just... Oh, it's a fantastic game. But, doop. I forgot I had this up. So this was from last week. The actual game, the trading card game, Card Shop Simulator, was a fine game. It had like knockoff Pokemon cards that you can put into display and sell the display cards, sell packs to people as they come by, buy merch that you can hang up and they'll buy that too. Well, the actual company, Ultra Pro, the ones who make penny sleeves, actual top loaders, or deck boxes for Magic the Gathering, they actually put their products into the TCG Card Shop Simulator. And you can actually sell them as a part of your shop stuff. And I was like, that's actually really good promotion. That's actually fantastic promotion. But, I mean, Sock says in chat, is cool.
I kind of... like a little bit of me goes, I kind of like that.
Yeah, it's good promotion. Speaking of good promotion, but for someone I'm actually wanting to beat up really bad, Wizards of the Coast and Demio. I've talked about Demio a long time ago. It is a tabletop game that's borderline with D&D, but simplified. Kind of like how Kids on Bikes is. It's just a couple simple dice rolls for combat. Everything's easy. Well, Dungeons and Dragons decided to do a little bit of a handshake and have characters doing their things. You can build your own little character in their little builder, little minis, and play a tabletop game adventure. And I gotta say, Demio is very interesting. It's very bubbly in its art style, even the dark areas. But I can see this being really cool to kind of coincide with, oh, what the fuck is that website called? Hero Forge. And being able to build your actual physical.
Have a link with that people should be using to support the show.
Yes, it is down in the description. That is correct. Battlemark.com, it's a very interesting little tabletop. It also has some cards. Not everything is fulfilled right now, but you can go to the website and get the early sneak peeks that they have for the characters that you're able to choose from. Dungeons & Dragons is being marked here, which means I'm hoping to see some actual, maybe Faerunian or insert area that they actually have being used in Demio. Demio? I don't want to talk about that. I will actually talk about this because it's actually from, I don't know if you guys can see it, the Federal Trade Commission, the actual FTC, is beating the crap out of Genshin Impact game developers. They will be banned from selling loot boxes to teens under 16 without parental consent or pay a $20 million fine. So, you've obviously heard the horror stories of a kid gets their parents' credit card and runs it up. Well,
this is nothing new. This has been a thing in multiple mediums for so long.
Oh, yeah.
Kids go through and order things through the catalog, and then Amazon came around and kids started ordering things on Amazon, and then video games started doing like the freemium games on phones, and kids started ordering through the Apple Store like crazy, and now it's the loot boxes. This has been a thing, and I feel should be required to have a little bit more to confirm purchases, but then there's also a level of pay attention.
Yeah. As soon as you mine does it whenever there's a digital purchase. Whenever I buy something in a store or over like actual physical, I don't get a message. But whenever anything is done digitally, like my Humble Bundle Monthly, it tells me that, hey, this was charged. And I'm like, okay, cool. If I bought, let's say, some silver for Destiny later on, it's going to let me know that I spent that much. I did buy some, but I never got a message. I even checked. I never got a message from Hoyoverse when I bought their in-game currency.
Well, and one of the big problems is when it comes to freemium games like this is that when you buy these things, there is no return policy or refund policy.
Right, so it would have been damned if I do anyways. But
yeah, because they don't have a way to dial back whatever you use that on. If it is like, oh yeah, the kid bought it and I need a refund.
Yeah. Luckily, Fortnite allows for that to happen. They're just going, well, we're just going to remove the skins, replenish the V-Bucks, push the V-Bucks out of your account, and if it falls into the negative, it falls into the negative. And I'm like, that's a smart way of doing it. Because if something's like, I gave a gift to someone, okay, well, we'll just say that cost 800, we'll say. Well, now you technically still owe us the 800, so you won't be able to buy any more skins until you either earn back through the battle passes or you put actual money into the account. And I was like, that's a fair way of doing it. There's even ways of parents turning on a parental guidance that says only the Fortnite gift cards. So it has to actually go through their market. You have to actually go to a store and buy one of those cards. And I'm like, that's actually a really good way of doing it. Because then it's a physical thing I am handing to my son, daughter, aunt, cousin, whomever to go and activate. Yeah. But this whole entire thing, Holy cow. So the 20 million will be spread and divulged between three different countries: Japan, Korea, and the United States. Um, our Department of Justice is just throwing the entire Hoyoverse into a loop because they're like, the Hoyoverse is like Japan and Korea, they both live by these ways of marketing. Meanwhile, America, we're not exactly too bright. We like bright and flashy things. So as soon as we see that
I feel like
gold,
that goes without saying.
I mean, you get a rare pull in a pack of Pokemon cards. You're the neurons, you know. But meanwhile,
Shiny.
Japan has also had this exact thing, but with adults and pachinko. You have people literally blowing almost $600,000 at a pachinko parlor just for that rush. And it boggles my mind. They had 600,000 USD and still lose that much money. It's just I don't understand it, but at the same time, do with your money as you see fit. Just be safe. It's funny. It's hilarious that Hoyoverse is being massively withheld from the United States now. And soon, I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be a new terms of service to go into it. If you are under 16, uh, it's going to be a little bit rougher for you to get fucking wishes, but have fun. Have fun.
That's one of those things. What before back when I used to play Simpsons Tapped Out regularly, every now and then you'd log in and be like, "How old are you?" And you would have to reconfirm it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. And if you're ever wrong, does it like lock you out or anything like that? Or it's just you're over blink. That's it.
Didn't have an age restriction on the game. I'm assuming that if I had put in an age that was too low, it would have restricted what I could do in it.
Oh. Makes sense.
Being said, I very knew my age, and so I never got it wrong, so I don't actually know.
That's fair. Any other gaming things?
I think that's it.
All right, but shoe news. We got a good set of shoes. So we saw the early look at the Puma and LaMelo Ball Ninja Turtles collab, and the back of them, well, the Baxter Stockman ones with the nice bright shiny colors. Yeah, they don't look too much better from the front. I'll head over to it right now. It doesn't look too. Yeah, I don't know. It looks still very loud of its rainbow coloring with fly splotches, I guess I'll call it, like their eyes.
The eyes.
Yeah. And then further down you got good old Raphael and Donatello. They each shoe, by the way, the red and the purple go together, as well as the orange and blue go together, I believe. The Krang one, however, to me, looks the best just because I like Krang. I'll go back up top and show you the better image of Krang. Okay, cool. Let me go back up to Krang. Oh, and they didn't show Shredder. Interesting. Well, there's Shredder with his claws. And then
First two movies again the other day.
what's that?
I rewatched the first two movies the other day.
How'd you like the first one? There we go. Did you honestly like the second Turtles movie?
I enjoy it. It's not like the most amazing thing ever put on film by any means, but I enjoy it. 3, on the other hand, I can't tell you the last time I actually sit down and watched 3.
I know I watched it. I just can't tell you when. Yeah, I don't know. It's been
I watched it too because I
years.
remember the suits and I know the general concept.
Yeah, it was them going back to feudal Japan. And that's it. That's all I got. Like, it's all kind of a blur. But the Krang shoes, I kind of like them. I probably
that's
would
your
buy.
boy.
I would be. He's my boy. The alien from Planet X. Yes, sir. Those turtles. But all of these are $135 and have released already. Dupe. So these are the new Monopoly LeBron James shoes that has released last week. The color scheme looks a little different than the Monopoly Money color scheme that we saw before. This one adds a little bit more of bleeding on water ink style stuff, and I kind of dig it. They are $200, and the
Those watercolors.
watercolor. Thank you. But damn, do they look really good. Down on the like side of the shoe where the arch is a couple of dice, a 2 and a 3. And then just really nice texture work on the entirety of the shoe. The major downside of this shoe that I think is it looks like it's just wrapped in cloth. And I don't know about all that. Probably like a water resistant material, but I'm not 100%. I don't know. That's the only thing that really gets me, but the color scheme is fantastic. But
Very chamois, if that makes sense. Like the chamois towels.
yeah. The ShamWow. Who remembers those commercials? So
Remember those commercials.
So I'm not too sure of this. I think you know way more about it than I do. The Bleecker and Bowery styled shoes. I know it's punk music, but I don't know too much about it.
I don't know a lot. I know that like Bleecker Street and Bowery in New York, but like I don't actually know what this is really a reference to. I mean, the Ramones, I think that's where CBGB was, but that's it. Like, I don't know a lot about punk music.
Yeah, I've only listened to a fistful, Ramones being one. And yeah. But even still, really nice looking Nikes. A little sand dusted, a little kicked and worn, but looks damn fine. Withstand the test of time. Bop. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and it's got a lot of shoes to kind of go along with it. The Air Jordan 3 Retros in a kind of a sheenish eggshell with a bit of pink dash kind of thrown in, but like a cracked egg back here. I don't know what else to call this one. Drops February 1st. The Nike Air Max 1 It's Not You, It's Me, dropping February 25th in a plethora of colors ranging from white with a red swoosh, pink with a red swoosh, and black with a purple swoosh. They look kind of cartoony. Not gonna lie. The Adidas Samba Valentine's Day, where it's a pink or a salmonish red with little hearts embroidered in their stripes. Kind of cute. That one says already released. Yeah, available now. Cool. And then the Nike.
Seeing how many Valentine's Day shoes there are this year, because we've covered Valentine's Day shoes plenty of years in the past, but it's a very big amount this time.
Yeah, we had maybe, I think at most two issues. Yeah, we're on 5 right now with the Nike Sportswear Collection February of 2025 that features an almost all-white collection save for a pink swoosh or a few pink specks on a couple of these shoes. They look, I wish I could, god dang, I didn't want to like it. Instagram don't like me too much, but do. And then the Nike Jaw 2 Heart Eyes drops February 7th, and at the back has almost like spray painted hearts on a white background, and then the front is just dipped in red with a black swoosh. Kind of like that one a lot more. Holy crap. And last but not least, the Air Jordan 2/3 dropping February 2025 is the classic basketball texture wrapped around a shoe, but in white. I don't know why.
These are kind of sleek.
Yeah, I kind of like them. Very, very professional looking, but the only thing that's weird is the basketball embroidery here. I don't know. Get
Jordan's basketball. It makes sense.
It makes sense. Better grip on putting on your shoe, I guess. But do. And then last but not least, the one that actually got me as mad as you do about Crocs. Mercedes, AMG, Petronas F1, and Adidas had a partnership. And I'm okay with cars. I like cars.
That I don't like Crocs. The fact that car shoes bother you so much is interesting, though.
I don't want to. I would rather drive a Mercedes. If I'm putting Mercedes shoes on, that kind of defeats the purpose of it being a Mercedes, no?
I feel like these are probably for people who either one day will own a Mercedes or already do, and it's kind of like the people that wear all the Ferrari gear.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Ferrari.
Okay. I get you now. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Even still, it's very loud with its bright neon pink and black stripes with on the back a black leather placard, and right there smack dab in the back center is the Mercedes logo with AMG underneath. Sure, fine. I guess it's for the
This
Mercedes.
is direct and out there about what it is.
Yeah, it is. But soup. Speaking of things that are coming out soon, Magic the Gathering cards. I'm a huge freaking nerd for them, and a lot of plane hopping has been happening. And with the plane hopping, Magic the Gathering is kind of poking at Wizards, going, "Hey, can we actually do lore again?" So this is the start of their beginning of bringing back lore by adding in 3 planes of gameplay, so to speak, called the Aether Drift. It is a death race. It is basically the coolest death race. And in the commercial for Aether Drift, they even popped out the really cool fucking Akira slide. And I said, well, you already had my money, but sure, keep going with it. And then it started to lose development money and just had a lot of stills moving around. Magic the Gathering has always done very well with cinematography. And I feel like they really dropped the ball with Aether Drift. But even still, their card's always going to be impeccable. There is going to be very similar to the One Ring from the Lord of the Rings set. And there is going to be a single card. I believe they're doing a single Aether Spark that is going to be a full art. And then 500 full art, just regular foil, Planeswalker equipment card that is only numbered to 500 to be released. I mean, it looks
Question
nice.
is, are people going to want to pay for this nearly as much as people did for the One Ring, you know?
So far, what I'm looking at this is strong. If this is allowed in tournament play, like, what the fuck is that one card called? I think it's called Strixhaven Coliseum or something of that sort. It got banned immediately because of how strong it is. I don't think a serialed card would get banned. I hope not. Because, no, fucking Black Lotus didn't get banned. I can see this. I can see this definitely being a good card. I'm just really... I would want to know how much the number one, what the one of one Aether Spark, and just how it looked, and 2, getting one of these only 500 in the entire of the U.S. Yeah, no, oh yeah, and then Chandra does her Akira slide in her fucking card art. Way to go. But as said, it's a very dastardly death race. They've added 2 new key phrases to keep an eye out for. But wait, that's not all they announced the date for. They also announced the date for more Praetors. If we want more Praetors, we have to go to Edge of Eternities. August 1st, 2025. For those who play Magic the Gathering and the word Praetor kind of resonates with you with a PTSD feel, yeah, we're gonna have a real long talk when Edge of Eternities comes out, or at least the card list for Edge of Eternities comes out. But this is gonna be a huge problem, I'm guessing. And last but not least, for the Magic the Gathering stuff, the Secret Lair stuff. This just dropped, and I just kind of want to brisk over the fact that these cards keep selling out. Chaos Vault being the newest one, I believe 1 or 2 is already starting to get sold out down here. The Islands cards, because blue decks want to be the weirdest ones. These cards are weird looking, wild looking, But as said, they keep selling out of all of their foil sets. So if you want to go get these new Secret Lair ones, go and get them quick. $40 for a set of 10 holographic, whatever land you're wanting. The regular ones are $30, and then they are having the Fairest Drop of All, which is the 4-card set, I believe. Yeah, they are fucking beautiful looking. However, proxy by nature. They're cards that already exist, and you don't need to have these really nice looking cards. But damn, they're really nice looking cards. Ah, I need money, a lot of money. This next thing,
so really well.
oh god, yeah. This next thing, I think you'll be kind of excited for: Godzilla versus Spider-Man, and it's Black Suit Spidey. Have you heard of this one coming out?
Currently watching an ad, but we'll see in a minute.
Oh,
no, because I have not been able to like actively hit the comic shop.
Okay. Well, I think you're gonna like the cover when it comes up. It has a few different variant arts that I think you'd also be appreciative of. Let me know when you see this one. And while you do that, I'm gonna grab a drink of water. I haven't had anything to drink since the very beginning of the show.
You thirsty bitch. No, this
Don't
is
go
very
licking
nice. I very
your
much do
lips.
like this.
Oh, good. Boop. And I really like this one. This one's just funny. There we go.
Let's see. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, I like that. Like the old school boxing posters.
And then just a really just calm looking poster. I'm excited, but Godzilla versus Spider-Man is going to be a 4-part. I believe it's going to be a 4-part series. And it is going to be available. The first one is going to be available April 30th, 2025, with the covers I just showed you. The few here. Yes, these 3 are going to be, I believe, this one's the original, and these 2 are the alt arts, I believe. Don't quote me on that, though. And Toho is backing this entire project as well. But dupe. So Godzilla vs. America Los Angeles #1 is going to be another comic that was going to be handshook by Toho, but the funding from that is now going to Bink, a charity that helps out the book industry Charitable Foundation, Bink. And so they basically said all sales from now until it sells out completely, all of the funding is going to help out the Los Angeles fires. And let me show you the cover. I really, really enjoy this cover. It's simplistic, yet gives everything you need to know. Uh-oh. Did I lose Q?
Can you hear me?
No, I didn't hear nothing.
Okay. I said very nice. I like it.
Oh, okay. Next up on the cut, One Piece Netflix pushed a neat little teaser trailer, only 10 seconds long, but I really do enjoy how they announced this. Just a hand reaching for a hat and pulling away, and the hand is, of course, the fucking Lego hand, and I was like, this set will sell amazingly. I mean, any set that's going to be One Piece.
Good money.
Oh, God, yeah. Lego has definitely done a lot of very interesting turns, and I'm glad that they're doing more. I'm mad that we're not getting any more freaking D&D pieces, but that's just me wanting Lego to push more buttons with Wizards. But holy crap. And last but not least,
you know, the occasional cool thing from Wizards at this point.
I know, right? They're like, hey, we know you bought the 2014 version of the Player's Handbook. We're gonna need you to buy the 2025 version. Sorry, man. Sorry. You already own that content? No, you don't. No, you don't. And then they start punching me. I'm neutral to.
Start beating you with your own DM books.
I know, right? Teaching me how to DM. I'm not a big fan of orange cream soda. What about you, Q?
It's definitely not a go-to for me.
But Coca-Cola is going to have an orange cream Coca-Cola as well as a zero sugar version of it. I may pick one up because I've been kind of in the mood for something new in the soda realm. I haven't had a lot
I
of
feel like
soda.
they did this already.
I feel like
Am I crazy? Didn't someone do this already?
I feel like they did orange and cherry, but I have not seen orange cream. That's where the cream part is where I'm
Sworn there was like a creamsicle or a cream soda or something.
Yeah.
Chat wants us to orange cream them.
Oh God. Respectfully, no.
The money.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't think you got that cost. Actually, to finalize, I forgot to mention I watched a whole ass show. I watched Creature Commandos because James Gunn is trying to single-handedly fix DC. Like that show, it has no
You
right.
watched all of Creature Commandos?
I did.
only watched the first 2 episodes.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good. It got a round of applause from me at the very end. I was just like, James Gunn is single-handedly fixing the problems that I have with DC. If he were,
It's so
yeah, if he were as it says in the opening, created as television for James Gunn, and I'm like, yeah, make the TV you want to see.
I think you got that backwards, wasn't it? Created for television.
Created
James Gunn.
Created at no, I want to. I don't know if I could stream it to get to that point, but I want to say it was that.
Yeah,
way.
let's not do that.
Yeah, but in short,
Let's not piss off Warner Brothers and HBO Max.
Even still, he had a self insert in the opening credits, and that's more than enough for me to go, okay, I get it. He is an interesting man.
It's funny, someone asked him why the desk is so small in the opening credits, and he goes, "I didn't draw it."
Yeah. It's just a man at a desk getting kerfuffled over a script. But that man knows how to make a very entertaining show, have very interesting polka punk mixed in with just really nice storytelling. Explains why all the creature commandos are in there and does it in 1 episode intervals. And the animation, the fight scenes, if I were to make an adult animation, I want that studio. That is an amazing group of people making a fantastic orchestra of color and sounds. Dude. But that is all I have today.
I was very happy with what I saw. I just didn't get past like the 2nd episode. It was one of those things like I started it, life got busy, life slowed down. I was like, I don't remember enough from the 2nd episode. I'll rewatch it, watch it again. Life got busy.
Well, if you happen to have about from the 2nd episode, you only have 5 episodes after that at about 20 minutes apiece. If you have a pretty good lengthy lay down style afternoon, you could probably kill it then. I guarantee it.
I'll get to it.
Okay, brother.
But that's all I have this week, buddy.
Alrighty, I'll get us out of here with a thank you guys for joining us. Remember to like and subscribe where you can. Remember to check out the good old links to Humble Bundle, to Zenny. They are I haven't looked at the deals, but they're always running something. Remember to check out your threads. My Blue Sky, I posted a little bit more on there. I reblogged a lot of wrestling stuff and got a lot of followers from that. So at least I'm
Nerd.
Ooh, yeah, you're right. I am a huge nerd. Wrestling is slowly starting to get good for me again, and I want to ride that high. Especially when I'm actually getting followers for it. Like, on Twitter, I've gotten silence. But over on Blue Sky, I'm seeing follow. I'm at, like, I think 300 something now. And I'm like, oh, snap. Okay, cool. And I think that's it. At the end of days, at the end of weeks, at the end of months, at the end of years, remember to love one another. It is definitely free to do. Bye, everybody.
everyone.